Welcome back to another episode of Theme Park Conductor. I'm your host, Theme Park Conductor, and this is actually an episode of Conductor Thursday Livestream. I'm sorry, I did a live stream earlier with a good friend that I've known for a very long time, Vash Sky. Shout out to him and his new channel. Absolutely uh, respect that guy. That guy is doing 4 or 5 videos a day. It's ridiculous between 2 channels. Um, but I want to thank everyone for joining tonight's live stream. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Universal Studios Hollywood with the annual Passover holiday takeover event that I was part of last night with ThemeParkWizard. We're also going to be talking about all the news that got dropped this morning for the Disneyland Resort regarding the 70th anniversary. We're also going to break down some new permits that were filed for Avengers Campus between the 2 attractions. I'm also going to bring up something that I talked on Vash Sky's live stream earlier, and that went on for 3 hours. It was a long conversation, great conversation though. Some updates to Magic Kingdom and the whole Rivers of America and Cars Land and all that. So we're going to talk about that. But without further ado, I want to ask everyone in the chat right now, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing okay, doing well, safe, warm, cold, wherever you might be, just absolutely relaxing. But we're gonna break down right now. We're gonna start with Universal Studios Hollywood, my OG park, as I like to say. So we're gonna, yeah, the river. Hold on, guys, hold on. Dapper, thank you for joining tonight's live stream. I'm gonna miss the Rivers of America. So am I. Even though I've never been to Walt Disney World, I kind of feel that Rivers of America is going to be missed very much so. But we will get into that for sure. We will get into that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, guys. So again, I was part of Universal's annual Passover takeover event last night. It was a lot of fun. It was sold out. It was packed. You know, just the whole aspect of everything going on. You know, of course, I watched the Grinchmas show in the plaza where there was a ton of people at with ThemeParkWizard. Always great to run into him. We hung out for between like 8:30 and 11, so that was kind of fun to do. And he was on that live stream earlier with Vash Sky and all that. So definitely very interesting. But one thing I want to point out, last night, as me and ThemeParkWizard were roaming around the park, we saw this massive support getting put in by a crane. And these aren't 2 pieces put, separately. These are 2 pieces that were bolted together, and they're lifting this lifting the support in real time last night. And this had to be around like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And these guys were still working once the event closed at 11. So they are moving so fast and so furious on this hillside project. It's absolutely incredible. And I actually have some footage to show you guys. So I muted the sound again, copyright, gotta love those copyright hits. So I don't want to get any more copyright hits. So I'm going to play and you guys can see them lifting the support and how humongous this thing is. But yeah, we're and the camera was a little bouncy, only reason being because I was holding it for so long. It, your hands start to go numb. So it's kind of hard to hold it, and plus it was cold outside, so that didn't help hardly at all. I was, wearing a nice jacket, of course, but still it was cold. But they're lifting this thing, and this thing is just absolutely incredibly humongous. It's just, and it's I think the final rendering, it went somewhere over here for this track. So yeah, it definitely was a massive support. When I posted the pictures on X last night, my X account blew up, and I think it's still blowing up with this picture. Anytime there's any Fast and Furious support columns or track going in, whoever gets to post it on their X or social media, it goes absolutely berserk online because people freak out. And the excitement, of course, but not freak out in the terrified way. Um, Ian, always good to have you. Happy Thursday, Conductor. Happy Thursday to you, Ian. Thank you for joining tonight's live stream. But yeah, we're watching this. You know, as I was doing the live stream last night, and I think it was like a 3-hour live stream I did. That's the longest I've done at the park for God knows how long. So it was absolutely incredible to sit there and watch this in real time last night, getting installed. And one of the things a lot of people have said is, I didn't think companies would work on a project this late at night. Well, I have to tell you something. When Universal puts their mind to something, they put their mind to something and they want to get that stuff done. They don't screw around. They don't. And I said this earlier on the live stream I did with Vash on his channel. I said when it comes to Disney doing projects compared to Universal, whether it's out here in Southern California or in Orlando, I don't know too much about the international parks, but I know domestically, Universal takes the #1 spot. When they want to build something, they file the permits, they go all in for it, and they make sure it's done and it's built quick, and it's going to be something that the guests would really love to have. So, you know, shout out to Universal and shout out to the construction crews working day and night to put this coaster together for all of us. And I want to give a shout out to Intimate. Intimate, you guys are amazing. You guys put out amazing products for the theme park community, rides and attractions. So shout out to you guys as well. But shout out mainly for these construction crews in Universal Studios Hollywood for providing this. And then I have some more pictures too. Let's see. Kobe, you said hi. Hi, Kobe. How you doing, sir? Always good to have everybody in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to pull some... the tree lighting. Oh, yeah. The tree lighting was absolutely incredible. Actually, I think I have it on that same video. Let me see if I can pull it up, Kobe, real quick. I got to go back a little bit, so bear with me. Again, I can't play the music because of copyright, but I could definitely play the video. So I'm definitely going to do that. Let me kind of fast forward it here just a little bit. Bear with me. No, I forgot to do it, Kobe. I'll definitely do it after this live stream. I'm so sorry. I got bamboozled with a lot of stuff this morning and today. I am so sorry. I will definitely make sure I do that. And plus I slept in because I didn't get home until like 3 in the morning. But I'll definitely take care of that for you because I'd love to have you as a mod. I think this is when they're gonna light the tree up somewhere around here. Again, I can't really pinpoint it because I can't play the sound, but oh, they just did it. Okay, here we go. There we go. And then they have these giant towers. You can kind of see one off to the left there. They have these like snow maker machines on top of these on top of some of the towers, and it's blowing snow in it. It was really cool. Very cool to see that in person. I personally, even though The Grinch, the movie itself, is 20 years old, I have to tell you, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time to watch. That and National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. Those two movies right there. And I would say maybe my third one would be Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen. Those are my top three Christmas movies I love to watch. Actually, no. Actually, no. If I had to name it, it would actually go The Grinch That Stole Christmas. Then it would go Polar Express. Then it would go National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. Then on top of that, it would be Christmas with the Cranks. So my top four movies. So definitely, I love those movies. Kobe, you said they should have did something 2022 stuff for the tree line this year, like when Grinch steals the presents, just like the 2022 show script for the tree line. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I do agree with that, but um, it was definitely packed without a doubt. Um, at this event, it was sold out. I'm gonna kind of skip through here just for a brief second. Just showing some Fast and Furious. I'm trying to. I want to see if I. Okay, so I wanted to point this out. I'm sure a lot of people don't care. Um, I guess Elon Musk and SpaceX has rented out the park coming up, so they have a bunch of banners on the construction walls for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. A lot of people are hinting that Elon Musk will be there, but again, it's a private event, so no one will see him, and if they do, they probably won't get even close to him because he has security around him, especially knowing that he's going to be part of President Trump's administration. He's going to have security and Secret Service around him. I can almost guarantee it. But apparently his company's renting out Universal coming up in the next couple days or so. I just wanted to point it out for anyone that's an Elon Musk fan. Or if you're not, I just like to point that out. But yeah, the park was packed. The park, maybe not right here. It doesn't look like it, but I can assure you guys, it was packed as F. It was so packed. You would think it was opening night of HHN. It was absolutely ridiculous. Kobe, you said, what day we be live at Disneyland? I don't know when I'm going to go back to Disneyland, quite honestly, because I was hoping to get a magic key when they debuted like a month ago or a little less than a month ago. I tried to get it, and they literally had it open for a little bit and then closed it. So until I get a magic key, it's not the Disneyland's really not a priority for me at the moment. I'm hoping to get a magic key because I would love to cover the 70th anniversary and love to cover all the updates to Downtown Disney. But for right now, my main focus is Universal. I might make a trip down to at least Downtown Disney to cover all those updates. But mainly my priority right now until I get a magic key would be Universal Hollywood because I am an annual pass holder. And it seems like Universal's doing a lot of work, between the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster. You got the hillside behind the Mummy getting all torn out and flattened, probably ready for what I keep hinting at is the Studio Tour relocation project, which it's looking more and more like it. So definitely for sure. Juliet, you said good early morning theme park conductor in chat. Wow, Juliet. If I can ask, where are you joining us from? Are you in the UK, Europe? I'm just kind of curious. But I'm glad you're here, Juliet. I'm glad everybody's here. And if you haven't smashed that like button, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing because I have a lot of amazing content. I do this Conductor Thursday live stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I always I always allow the chat to kind of control the stream a little bit. And I love talking theme parks. I love talking Universal, Disney. I love speculating on what could be coming to the parks. But definitely, very cool, Juliet, that you're with us tonight. Juliet says from England. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, welcome, Juliet. I really appreciate you joining. Ian says, I'm excited for the 70th anniversary, but also for 90s night. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. 90s night is going to be very cool. But one thing I wanted to point out, since we're talking Universal, Disney, and we're going to get to the Disney news, obviously. But I want to talk about Universal because Disney dropped their 2025 calendar for the 2025 season. So what did Universal do? They responded and they came out with their 2025 seasonal events. So bear with me just a second, guys, because I want to zoom in for you guys real quick because I know it's kind of hard to see. So, okay, here we go. Okay, now let's see. I'm trying to not click an ad or something. There we go. Okay. So again, Disneyland dropped their 2025 seasonal event guide. So Universal responded and dropped their seasonal guide. And one thing I could tell you right now that just mind-blowing, that we've never seen Universal Hollywood announce dates this early, is this right here. Right here, Halloween Horror Nights. It's going to be starting on September 4th, 2025 through November 2nd. I'm telling you guys right now, I've had a lot of complications in years past trying to book a hotel for this event. And I could tell you first off that I did book the hotel. I just reserved it. I didn't have to put any money down or anything. I've already reserved my hotel stay for HHN 2025, and I'm super excited for that. So I cannot wait. Ian, you said I went down a rabbit hole about the Psycho House today and how it has been relocated over the years. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of changes that's happened on the studio tour, the studio lot, and just the theme park in general. There's been a lot of transition, a lot of different things coming and going. So the park is definitely developing. Ian, you also said I'm excited for Butterbeer season. So am I. It's so funny because me and Wizard last night, we went into the Three Broomsticks, and I love their fish and chips. I love their fish and chips. So I got that with a cold butterbeer, and I didn't really care how cold it was outside. A cold butterbeer just sounded so refreshing, and I love cold butterbeer. It's funny too. I think it was it 2 Thanksgivings ago or 3 Thanksgivings ago? I actually tried to replicate the butterbeer, and it actually didn't come out too bad. It actually didn't come out too bad. There was a lot of ingredients that I've never even heard of that I found online, and I tried to get, and I did get them, but it was very hard to get. Because we're still dealing with the supply shortage due to COVID in 2020. So it was kind of difficult, but I got it. It absolutely tasted fantastic. So, but whenever I'm at Universal and I have a little extra funding, I always try to get a butterbeer. It's always a delicious drink to have. But for the 2025 event guide for Universal Studios Hollywood, we got the first off, we got past member bonus benefits from February 1st to March 20th. Just as we talked about, Butterbeer season, March 1st through May 31st. Universal Fan Nights. Who's excited for Universal Fan Nights? I am. For the first time of Universal Hollywood getting that, I am super excited for that. Cannot wait. That Fan Fest night's going to be going from April 25th all the way to May 18th. Past member collectible giveaway will be going on from May 1st through the 31st. Past member park takeover. And again, this is, I think this is for like the summer crowds. That's going to happen in June, kind of around my birthday. My birthday is June 9th, so that's going to be a great time. New summer event, whatever that could be. That's going to be going from June 14th to August the 10th. 4th of July celebration. I went to that last year. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. The one I'm most intrigued about is Back to Hogwarts from August to September 1st. I'm kind of curious what that's all going to be about. And then again, you got past member appreciation days, August 15th through the 30th. And again, HHN 2025, super excited. Started from September the 4th to November the 2nd. Past member collectible giveaway. This is the second past member collectible giveaway that for the 2025 season. Will happen from November the 1st through the 30th. Then obviously right now what we're dealing with in 2024, the holidays at Universal, including Grinchmas, the holidays at Hogwarts and Super Nintendo World, which again, I kind of feel that I'm glad we got some decor for Christmas for Super Nintendo World. I kind of feel it was a little lackluster and we couldn't have gotten more. So hopefully next year we get a lot more decor. And then past member holiday park takeover, which I just did last night. This is going to be again for the 2025 season. And then Eve. I might try to do Eve this year. I might try to do it. I'm kind of up in the air. I may do it though, but I don't know. I'm still up in the air about it, but definitely exciting stuff, without a doubt. Again, these are all the dates, so very exciting stuff, without a doubt. Let me see here. Let me see. And then I want to just point out some aspects. Again, this is from Virus. He posted this picture tonight. He said final stall pieces are going up. So they're installing a massive support being put in. So again, they're not screwing around when it comes to Universal. And that's one thing I respect over the Walt Disney Company at the present time, is that when, again, I said this early on in the live stream, when Universal puts their mind to something, they put their foot on the gas instead of the brake, and they build and hire the proper crews necessary to build these attractions, lands, rides, experiences, shops, just everything. So we're very grateful to do that. Ian, you said I want to do Eve this year for the fireworks. Yeah. I'm definitely thinking about it this year. Again, I'm still up in the air if I'm going to do it or not. So we'll see what happens. You also said need to do your tip of watching them at the ledge by Moulin Rouge. Yeah, definitely. That spot. And then also, if you go down the first escalator and then you got that flat path as you're walking towards the second escalator, that's a good spot too. That's where I captured them lifting that big giant crane with the big giant support column from last night. That's where me and Wizard were last night to capture that. So definitely multiple good spots for sure. And then it looks like they're working on that back area, which is towards Soundstage 12. And also, I call it the movie poster road, where they have all the movie posters from some of their iconic movies over shot on the Universal lot and part of Universal's movie history. And this is Fast and Furious as of today. Mondo made a trip out there. to check up on the construction progress. He was pretty excited about the support columns I took a picture of and even filmed on my live stream last night. So he decided to take another trip down there. And you can see this support column here. I don't know if that's the one that got installed last night when I was there, but obviously there is going to be more to that support. So definitely very exciting stuff. And then we have our construction representative meeting guests and talking to guests about the project. So very cool stuff. I'm trying to see if there was any other pictures. Laughing Place looks like they were there today, just taking some routine pictures. So definitely exciting stuff is going to be happening for the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster. I am beyond excited for this, and again, courtesy of Mondo from Five Fires, this was taken again today. And then, as you can see in the distance, the dead exposure facade is completely torn out. So definitely very exciting. They tore that down pretty quick, but this hillside more and more is getting flattened by the day. So very exciting stuff. From what I got told by ThemeParkWizard, was that phase one, they're going to be building a massive retaining wall to hold this hillside from falling behind the Mummy Show building and even leaning against the Mummy Show building. So first of all, they're going to flatten or get rid of, at least from these supports, which is holding this brick wall. So from this point, 100 feet this way, maybe a little bit more, but probably 100 feet up the hill, a retaining wall will go in from all the way from the escalators. Probably these trees are going to get ripped out at some point, possibly. And it's going to go all the way down, way over here. Then from what he confirmed, well, he didn't confirm, but he said it's more than likely they're going to start building the studio tour here. But again, don't hold me to that. Don't hold him to that, because things can change. But more than likely, this is where the studio tour is going to be relocated, because currently where it sits right now, that is going to be turned into theme park expansion, and also part of the second hotel that's going to be built in that H lot, where we've had two HHN houses for the last several years. So between that hotel and then the main one going in the Woody Woodpecker parking lot, a lot's happening with Universal Studios Hollywood, without a doubt. We're also going to look here. I pointed this out, and I bring this up literally every single time I try to, but the hotel plans for the more high-end hotel that's going to kind of represent like a Helios hotel that's being constructed at Epic Universe, which is almost done. I think they're almost done building it. I could be wrong though. But the hotel is going to literally stretch from this corner over here all the way down, taking over security and the spinning globe, which Wizard has pointed out multiple times. He even told me last night that the globe's going to move 20 feet forward towards the red carpet. And then once they reinstall it, they're going to fix all the broken effects on it. So that'll be exciting to see. But the hotel is going to go from this corner way up here all the way down to at least about right here, maybe even right here. It's going to be a massive hotel. It's going to have, I think, 12 stories, 500 rooms, a pool, a patio. I'm sure some banquet halls. Hopefully, a Steakhouse 55 style restaurant that kind of represents the history of Universal Studios Hollywood, with Carl Lumley, the founder, of Universal Studios Hollywood. So hopefully we get some type of Steakhouse 55 restaurant at this hotel, since it's going to be considered the higher budget hotel. And then the other one, which is going to go in that H Law, is going to be a more family friendly budget hotel. So definitely something very exciting to see. Construction should be happening either this month, but more than likely in January, where it's going to be slow for the park. So definitely some exciting to see. Albert, it's always good to see you. Thank you for joining tonight's live stream. You said Mando still refuses to. Oh, Mondo still refuses to acknowledge these hotels are happening. Has there been any confirmation yet? Okay, so there hasn't been any confirmation just yet from Universal themselves. But again, close friends I've talked to, even Wizard, he has some friends that are on the inside that have said they are building 2 hotels. It is happening. When it happens, more likely it's looking like January, so next month. Because it would be kind of a little crazy to start building now, especially in this area. Only reason being because the holidays and whatnot. But once the holidays are done, January, that's when they're going to close this off, supposedly, to all guests. So sorry guys, you won't even be able to get past this point here, and all this will be closed off to guests. And the temporary location, from what I have been told but not confirmed, is going to be right here. You have a backstage gate that's temporarily going to be used for getting into the theme park, and this is backstage, and it's going to lead to Tony Curtis Drive, which is going to lead into Harry Potter from the backside. From what I've been told, I Fly right here, which is this building, is going to close in January, and they're going to use this as a temporary entrance, while the front of the park is going to be all torn apart and getting constructed for that hotel. The second hotel, which is the budget hotel, that is going to be in this area here. Obviously, it's going to take more of a footprint than this little space, but it is going to be built in this area. I've been told it's going to utilize this area and this area as well. This building is for Universal. I think it's like an engineering department, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but this is currently being relocated to, from what I understand, it's going to be relocated somewhere back here, if it hasn't already. So that building is going to be torn out, and it's going to be used for the second hotel. So very exciting stuff, without a doubt. But to blatantly answer your question, Albert, no confirmation yet from Universal themselves, but we all know how Universal is. They don't really like to announce stuff. They just like to start building. Clearly, we know that because of Fast and Furious. We finally, just several months ago, got a sign saying Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, and we currently got the name of the actual coaster a few months ago. But to this very day, we still have not seen concept art from Universal. So, Universal just kind of works that way. They just start building stuff, and then at a certain point, they'll announce it. That's kind of what I feel like they're going to do with this hotel. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens with it. But definitely exciting. It's funny, on Wizard, or on Vast Guy's live stream on his YouTube channel today. ThemeParkWizard joined towards the end, and he asked me, he's like, because there's that leaked video of the Donkey Kong roller coaster, at Universal Japan, and it looked like, probably a ride tester or someone that's working on the actual attraction took video, and they're not supposed to, obviously, but they were trying to hide their camera. So it wasn't really the greatest POV, but it's supposed to be opening in 7 days out there. So I'm guessing we're going to be getting some type of official POV of that attraction from Universal. So it'll definitely be exciting to see. A bunch of media is going to be covering it. I know a bunch of YouTubers going out there, if they're not out there already, gearing up for that. One thing I can tell you, though, from what I saw in that video, though, it kind of does look like the attraction's a little unfinished. Like they still have to add stuff to it. So I don't know how they're going to slap that on in 7 days. It's going to be kind of crazy to think so. But Wizard asked me, do you still want Donkey Kong at Hollywood? I'm like, well, here's the thing. For the coaster, I wouldn't mind the land itself. But one thing I could tell you is I rather them make the Donkey Kong attraction itself instead of a roller coaster. I wouldn't mind an indoor dark ride, kind of like the Jurassic World adventure at Universal Beijing. I wouldn't mind the Donkey Kong attraction being that and not a roller coaster. But then again, that's up for debate because a lot of people have said, why do we need 3 or 4 renderings of Donkey Kong in each Universal park? It's getting a little redundant. So if they didn't bring Donkey Kong to Universal Hollywood, which I would love them to do, maybe just not have the roller coaster, but have like a indoor e-ticket attraction dark ride that's themed to Donkey Kong, I would be okay with that. I could tell you, though, when at one point when it was mapped out for Universal Hollywood to get the Donkey Kong expansion land, they said out of all the theme parks, even Epic Universe at the time, even though it was in way early development, they said that the version at Hollywood would be the more superior version. It would be the biggest version out of all 3 of them, because they said the footprint would take over Soundstage 7 all the way through 12. So that's something to keep in mind. And I know a lot of people might give me crap for it, but I still think Soundstage 12 is going away. The reason why I say that is I talked to someone I talked to someone from that's well connected. They said Soundstage 12, there is some work going on right now with the roof and the indoor catwalks that have never been replaced. But it's something where I've been told that OSHA stopped by, because you know how OSHA is. They love to just pop their head into anywhere they can to make sure things are running correctly and everyone's following the rules. But from what I was told, the roof was having a little bit of issues and the catwalks were unsafe on the inside, so they ripped them out and they're rebuilding it, which doesn't necessarily mean that Soundstage 12 is going away. They're just updating up-to-date code for that soundstage, but it is going to be torn out. From what I have been told, it will be torn out. Soundstage 12 is one of the biggest sound stages, but it's kind of out of date compared to the newer sound stages they've built on the lot. It's kind of old school alongside Soundstage 7 through 11, so I can only assume that it is going to be torn out. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Ian, you said Hagrid's coaster, Donkey Kong coaster. Yeah, for sure. But if I had to choose between both, Ian, I'd rather have Hagrid's as a roller coaster and have Donkey Kong as maybe an indoor dark ride. like a huge e-ticket attraction, I wouldn't mind that. So we'll have to wait and see. But if they don't bring Donkey Kong, how about a Luigi's Mansion Land or a Pokemon or a Zelda or something in that aspect? Now, I do have to say though, I would like to see a Dark Universe come to Hollywood. Personally, for me, I think we should have gone Dark Universe first, since the Universal monsters were born in Hollywood and not Orlando. Um, Also, I do want to say that, like, and I know a lot of people will give me crap for this as well, but Diagon Alley, if we got that, just hear me out. Hear me out. If we got Diagon Alley here at Hollywood, I would change some things, and this was what I would change. So I would put Diagon Alley in the Falls Lake area. Um, Hold on, guys. Virus, always good to see you. Thanks for joining tonight's live stream. Ian, you said, do you think when Fast and Furious Coaster opens, they retheme the pizza restaurant and Bubble? Oh yeah, yeah, they'll retheme it. More than likely, they'll retheme it. But where the current studio tour is at. So let me get to that point here. Okay, this is the current studio tour right here. And right down below here, you got Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. Hear me out here. If they tore this out, and you see all this green area right here, this extended queue that time and time again, us YouTubers and influencers and bloggers have said, what are they doing in this area? This extended queue really doesn't get used that often for Harry Potter. And you know, the funniest thing I would say, if they really want to, bring the fire, would be to build the King's Cross station in this area and have the Hogwarts Express in this area right here to drive down to the Falls Lake area. That would lead to Diagon Alley. But hear me out on this. Diagon Alley, the Green Gods Bank, instead of that being a attraction, it can have the dragon on top, breathing fire, all that stuff. But inside the Green Gods building, instead of it being an attraction, why not make it an experience? Kind of like what Ollivanders is, and you can kind of interact with the goblins. You can open a wizard bank account. You can collect certain coins. They'll have special coins for special events that you can collect, and it would be a whole experience. It would be so cool inside that Green Gods Bank. And then you can have the Ministry of Magic. You can have that land as well, or not that land, but that ride attraction. You can have that in there, and hear me out. You can have Hagrid's down here as well. I think it's more than possible to have all that. It can easily fit in this whole area and even take up some of this as well, if need be, because the train would come right where this Fast and Furious Supercharged is right here. And I've actually heard, and this is no confirmation, but I've actually heard that the plane wreckage area could be taken out as well for whatever land comes to this area. But if this is utilized by theme park space, this can also contribute to the Diagon Alley expansion with customizations. Good to see you, Jose. You said, do you know which nighttime show will be at Disneyland at the beginning of the year? Yeah, we're gonna get into that in about 5-10 minutes, Jose. I'm just finishing up on Universal, and we'll definitely talk about that for sure. Because I have some articles I would like to read to you guys that you probably already read, but I like reading them anyway. But we'll definitely get to that. Right now, as it sits, right here is the old Sombra Brazilian Steakhouse location. currently being renovated for escape rooms. I personally didn't think escape rooms were going to go in this area, so uh definitely an interesting choice to put in this location. But I've said time and time again that the Red Coconut Club, for anybody that's been to Universal Orlando City Walk and has gone into the Red Coconut Club, they do events all year around for the holidays for past members. They hold private parties. Definite. It's a definite location we definitely need here out here in City Walk, Hollywood. And we might not we might have another chance to have a bite at the apple to bring some version of the Red Coconut Club here. Apparently, Buco de Beppo is on the chopping block for the City Walk. I posted a picture not too long ago on my X account, or maybe my Instagram, either one, I forgot. But it shows that Universal City, their location will be closing. No official date has been announced, but it is closing, and it is a multi-story restaurant. So that would be a perfect location for the Red Coconut Club, or at least a version of it, to come to that space. Knowing that this area back here is kind of like almost like a dead zone, and there's really nothing happening back here. So it would bring a lot of life to that area for sure. Albert, you said if the new studio tour location is changing, do you think this can mean no Terror Tram next year? That's a good observation, Albert. You know, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think we are going to get the Terror Tram next year, Albert. I think what they're going to do, and just hear me out on this, if they do wind up relocating this to behind the Mummy, which I strongly believe they're going to, I kind of feel like they would keep this here and then build the other station in that other spot on the hillside behind the Mummy and make sure it's completely operational before they even think about tearing this out. So, to answer your question, more likely we will have the Terror Tram next year. So, definitely, we'll definitely have it next year. Virus says, let me know if you have any questions on the coaster. Well, since you brought it up, Virus, let me ask you. You know, I was just showing your pictures just a little bit ago from your X account. Any new other support columns that have gone up that you know of, or just the ones I posted last night and the ones you posted tonight? If not, then I'm pretty much good on that aspect. But if anyone has any questions about Universal, post in the comments right now. If not, we're going to change direction and go to Disneyland. So I'll give everyone in the chat a minute or two. If you guys have any questions to Universal, post in the comments. If not, we're going to move on to Disneyland. Let me know. Virus, you said, I'm assuming they're still working on the coaster tonight. Yeah, more than likely. Because like I said, when me and ThemeParkWizard were there last night for the annual Passover holiday takeover event, they were working way past 11 o'clock. Because they still had a lot of construction crews on site after 11 o'clock. So definitely they were getting a lot of the supports up. You also said, but the main focus is the far end plus the second section of the stall. Oh, for sure. And the building. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the building, for sure. I do have to say that I'm really hoping very soon we could see at least part of the facade. Like maybe the back of the building they've been working so strongly on. to enclose. I'm really hoping that we could see that brickwork exposed pretty soon. So hopefully that's the case. But we're going to jump into Disneyland here. Okay, let me. First of all, we're gonna. Let me see. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know why it posted that. Weird. Okay. You had another comment virus. You said, I think they've been theming it the whole week. Yeah, well, it makes sense because if we're gonna get rain sometime pretty soon, they don't want water seeping in there. So I get it. I get it. So we're going to be talking about Disneyland, and the biggest news is new permits have been filed for the 2 Avengers attractions coming to DCA and extension to Avengers Campus. Avengers Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Labs. And this is courtesy of Disneyland News Today. It says Disneyland submits plans for Avengers Campus expansion preparations. It says Disneyland Resort has filed new I'm just going to say plans for its announced Avengers Campus expansion at Disney California Adventure with the city of Anaheim. It says, according to a new report, the Orange County Register, Disneyland has submitted a plan for expansion preparation work that is currently under review. Per city officials, the plan addresses utilities, temporary trailers, parking lots in the backstage area behind the land, which would be impacted by Disneyland's expansion plans. This prep work is a procedural step that occurs before Anaheim grants a demolition permit and before Disneyland eventually submits its plans for the expansion itself. According to city officials, this Avengers Campus expansion is not part of the $1.9 billion Disneyland Forward project, which was approved in the final vote in May 2024. Construction on the land is slated to begin in 2025, which we will include 2 new attractions: the previously announced King Thanos Multiverse Ride, now named Avengers Infinity Defense, and Stark Flight Labs. Actor Robert Downey Jr. will reprise his role as Tony Stark Iron Man for both attractions. Avengers Infinity Defense will take guests into the field as they take on King Thanos, and who has stolen multiverse tech that allows him to wreak havoc as he jumps between worlds. Avengers Campus recruits will transport to locations like Asgard, Wakanda, and New York City. Stark Flight Labs will test out Tony Stark's newest simulations involving simulated flight via a robot arm that moves a 2-person pods, which is basically a KUKA arm. Apparently, Legoland out here in Southern California had this type of attraction, but they eventually ripped it out. But apparently, Disney had rights to that. I don't know how they did, but they did. So now they're bringing it to DCA. But it says, are you excited for the Avengers Campus to begin work on its expansion? Which experience are you most excited for? And then it says, let us know. But, it's really interesting to me because looking at this, the Infinity Defense building looks pretty large, but the Tony Stark Stark Flight Labs, it looks very tiny. It looks like it's just going to go in one giant circle. And I was kind of hoping that the Stark Flight Labs would kind of integrate itself into the Infinity Defense ride, and kind of both attractions can share the same type of layout where they're both kind of intersecting with each other. I thought that would be very cool. Hopefully, Affinity Defense is not all screen and it will be practical sets and screens. I don't mind if it's both, but when it's just screens, it kind of sucks. So hopefully that is not the case whatsoever. But the biggest news that just got dropped this morning from Disney Park blogs, I'm going to use them as a reference. Basically, it says Guide to the 70th Anniversary at the Disneyland Resort. This was published again December the 5th, which was this morning. Basically, X kind of blew up. All social media did. So, very exciting stuff. So we're gonna read this. It says, today we are launching your official guide to the 70th anniversary of the Disneyland Resort. As we gear up for the epic celebration ahead, beginning May 16th, 2025, and running through summer 2026, the Disneyland Resort's 70th celebration will honor 7 decades of happiness and many moments of joy in the making. You'll get to celebrate happy with limited time entertainment, colorful decor, themed foods and beverages, collectible merchandise, and so much more. Be sure to bookmark this post and return regularly to stay up to date on all these incredible offerings coming for the milestone celebration. December the 5th, 2024. Today, we announced a full slate of what's coming to the Disneyland Resort in 2025. Real quick, guys. Ian, you had a comment. Let's pull that up real quick. Ian, you said, dude, I just looked it up on YouTube. You're right. Legoland had that ride like 15 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely a old style attraction being updated for Avengers. So definitely interesting. I have a buddy, Mr. Webba. He actually works at Legoland, and he actually told me about it. So yeah, very, very interesting. But it says what's coming to the Disneyland Resort in 2025, including events, limited time festivals, and more. We also shared a celebration. Let's dive into some of the excitement. So first of all, World of Color Happiness debuts at Disney California Adventure. It says this all-new World of Color show is inspired by Walt Disney's words from the opening day park dedication from 7 decades ago. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. This nighttime spectacular will explore happy through a kinetoscope of emotions, hosted by joy and other emotions from the hit Pixar animation studios films Inside Out and Inside Out 2. Along the way, the emotions manifest music and moments from favorite Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar Animation Studio story, including Turning Red, a Goofy movie, Tangled, The Lion King, and so many more. World of Color Happiness will transform Paradise Bay with a brilliant array of signature fountains, dynamic lighting, colorful lasers, fog, and dramatic flame effects, painting musical memories with all the wonder that the World of Color can create. I wanted to bring this up, guys, because I've said this multiple times tonight. I was part of a live stream with Vash Sky on his new channel on YouTube. And one of the things that we talked about was this World of Color show coming for the 70th. And to celebrate 7 decades of bringing joy and happiness to the fans of Disneyland and just the Walt Disney Company in general, I'm seeing a lot of characters that are basically modern age characters. They're not showing like the old school characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy. Uh-oh. Give me a second, guy. My screen disappeared. There it is. Um, but it's not showing the classic characters. You also got Steamboat Willie characters that they can bring to the show. And will they do it? Who knows? Hopefully they do. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they do. And then also, I know a lot of people love this show coming back to Disneyland. Um, Let me see. Jose, you said, might World of Color 1 be running in a January till May? Yeah, possibly. Yeah. More likely that's probably what's going to happen. And then once May starts for the 70th, they'll transition to the new show. So that's probably what's going to wind up happening. But it says Paint the Night Parade returns to the Disneyland Park. The fan favorite dazzling nighttime parade will make its grand return to Disneyland for the 70th celebration, lighting up Main Street, USA with stunning color and more than a million brilliant LED lights. Mickey Mouse uses his vivid imagination to harness the power of Tinkerbell's pixie dust and paint the night. And Disney dreams bringing to light beloved characters and stories from Pixar and Disney animation films such as Monsters Inc., Cars, Toy Story, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and more. The Paint the Night parade features innovation floats, vibrant costumes, incredible special effects, unforgettable music, and energetic performances. Also, we're getting back. Wondrous Journeys is back at the Disneyland Park. Hopefully, a little different show. What I mean by that, a little custom to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Disneyland Resort. It says at night, Disneyland will become a magnificent canvas with the return of the beloved nighttime spectacular Wondrous Journeys, celebrating the legacy of Walt Disney Animation Studios classic that have inspired Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. Throughout the show, you embark on a journey filled with artistry, music, storytelling, and heart as you experience moments from beloved stories like Hercules, The Princess and the Frog, Peter Pan, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Moana, Encanto, and more. The show features state-of-the-art projections effects that transform Main Street, USA, Sleeping Beauty Castle, It's a Small World, and the Rivers of America. Thank God we're keeping our version of Rivers of America for now, and hopefully for a very long time, if not forever. On select nights, the show will be enhanced with fireworks. So definitely two nighttime shows that are coming back: Paint the Night and Wondrous Journeys. Two amazing shows, so I'm super excited. It also says Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade at Disney California Adventure Park. As part of the fun, Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration returns to the streets of California Adventure. This delightful daytime parade is filled with incredible music, dynamic and colorful floats, and nearly 30 favorite characters from Pixar animation studios and films, including Lucia, Turning Red, Up, and more. Wondrous Journeys, a nighttime spectacular, and Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration. Parade will temporarily pause to make way for seasonal Halloween and holidays entertainment offerings, and then resume at a later time. I want to ask you guys in the chat before I continue reading. You guys look at this castle, at the Disneyland castle. You know, between the decor that we got for the 70th, or I'm sorry, for the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company, and the decor that we got from this to what we're looking at right now for the 70th anniversary of the Disneyland Resort. Do you guys kind of feel like the decor is kind of lackluster a little bit, or what do you guys think? Do you think there needs to be more decor? I personally think there needs to be more decor. Um, I, I, d- I did like from the 100th anniversary, though, of the Walt Disney Company, they did add these fountains here, one on each side of the bridge leading into the castle to go in the fantasy land on the other side. I did like that they kept these fountains, um, and they're permanently there. They're not going away. They're permanently there. So that was a nice addition to the castle. I personally would like to see another addition happen to the castle, whatever that might be. Maybe making it bigger, who knows, or adding some type of element to it. That would be kind of cool to have. I don't know what they would add, but I kind of feel just, looking at the decor here of the castle being decorated for the 70th. First of all, it's kind of a weird color. It kind of blends in with the castle. And it really kind of looks like they slapped on the decor. So hopefully they do bring more decor to the castle in Main Street, USA. I'm really hoping that's the case. So we'll just have to wait and see. But personally, for me, this kind of looks a little lackluster. Hopefully, Disney adds a lot more decor than this, but we'll have to wait and see. Jose, you said yes. I also think they could add something more. Maybe the colors. Yeah, maybe the colors, maybe more decor for sure. Definitely Main Street USA as well needs to be decorated. Because I always reference back, and I said this even during the Disney 100 celebration with the decor we got there. Um, First of all, they kind of messed up on some of the medallions going down the tram road that you get picked up by the Disneyland tram from the Mickey and Friends parking structure heading into the Esplanade in downtown Disney, where you get dropped off from the tram to either go to Disneyland or DCA, or just walk around downtown Disney. Some of the medallions that they put out for the Disney 100 were incorrect information, so there was that going on. So hopefully, whatever decor they bring, whatever historian puts out information in the park that's kind of decored, kind of like what they did with the Disney 100. Hopefully, they have the accurate and correct information on there. I hope, but we'll have to wait and see to come. Even more details and magical touches will be coming to the resort for the 70th celebration. Brilliant, colorful decor will adorn the entire resort, including an elegant medallion on Sleeping Beauty Castle. I want to ask you guys something else as well. And we were kind of joking around on this on, again, Vash Sky's new YouTube channel. That Park Place podcast. Definitely go check it out. He already has the video out, and it was absolutely incredible to hang out with him for 3 hours. It was a long 3 hours, but a great conversation. Shout out to Vash Sky for that. When you guys see Mickey's jacket, do you see something wrong here? It kind of looks like the tailor didn't finish the job, or he botched it, or something. Because you guys can see, why is this short over here and why is this long? It kind of looks a little weird, don't you guys think? It's a little weird that his jacket's like that. I don't know what the deal is with that. So who in the heck knows what's going on there? Maybe Goofy had scissors and got too close to Mickey's jacket and cut some of it off. I don't know. Ian, you said, I like it. I like the flags on the towers. Hopefully they do that. But I also thought they might do something crazy like with Magic Kingdom's 25th when they turn the castle into a cake. Well, Ian, I could tell you, first of all, that got a lot of hate when they did that to Magic Kingdom for the castle, turn it into a cake. I don't think they would do something like that for this castle here. Who knows though? Because the Disneyland company, with some of the things they've come out with since COVID happened and whatnot, nothing surprises me anymore. So they could do some crazy stuff. Who knows? All I'm trying to say is that the decor on the castle kind of seems lackluster. Hopefully they add some more theming to it or some type of permanent addition to the castle like they did with the Disney 100, adding the 2 fountains. But it says Mickey Mouse and their pals will come dressed for the party in Town Square in Disneyland Park in custom looks designed just for the occasion. Disneyland Park will debut a new character cavalcade called Mickey and Friends Celebrate Happy. As it winds its way along the parade route, favorite characters will encourage you to dance and clap along in an energetic and contemporary celebration of the 7 decades of happiness. In the evenings at California Adventure, the exterior of Cathay Circle restaurant will invite everyone to celebrate happy during a special moment filled with music, lights, and projection effects. And at Disneyland, the facade of its Small World will also get a new projection show. Plus, created in honor of the anniversary, an upbeat new theme song, Celebrate Happy, will be heard throughout various entertainment offerings. That's an interesting hat. It says more 70th fun to be announced in months ahead. We are just getting started. More joyful touches and magical details will be shared about the Disneyland Resort's 70th celebration in the coming months. Remember to stay tuned to this blog and for additional news and info. Shout out to Disney Park Blogs for providing this information for us. But I think, you know what? Let me see if I could pull it up for you guys real quick, because it's something I want to talk about as well. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Let's see. Bear with me. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about here. And again, I talked about this earlier on That Park Place podcast channel. So definitely go check that out if you haven't done so already. Let me get rid of these stupid little ads. They're definitely annoying. It says, and this is courtesy of Blog Mickey, shout out to him. It says extensions requested for Disney's Rivers of America demolition and area development permit. Hold on, guys, before I continue. Jose, you had a question. You said, what's the calendar for the nighttime shows at Disneyland in the 3rd week of January? That I'm unsure of. I don't know how to actually look that up. I'm not sure. You know what? I'll try to look that up. I'll try to look that up on my phone right now as I'm talking about this and see what I can come up with. But it says the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, CFTOD, has requested a 60-day extension for the ongoing discussion between the state and Walt Disney World over a permit that would be the first step in the demolition area development for the Rivers of America. At Magic Kingdom, the extension request came after the state's War Management District notified Disney that they had 10 days to correct a permit application or face a denial of the permit. Very interesting. So they have 10 days to correct this as of December the 4th. Ian, you said, I'm just hoping they do the 24 hours at Disneyland for the 70th. They do almost every big anniversary. Yeah, that'd be very cool to do. Definitely, we'll keep an eye out for that. But it says extension requested of the Rivers of America. Bear with me, guys, real quick while I just let me see. Actually, never mind. I'll do this. I'm gonna go blank for a minute, but you can still hear my voice. I'm just gonna go blank for a minute so I can look up that information for Jose. But I'm still gonna read the article as well. So, but it says basically the extension request for Rivers of America permit, while it says hold on, guys. It says while the permit encompasses the Rivers of America, it's more than that. As you can see in the screenshot below, the permit calls for the creation of 3 lay-down yards in construction. A lay-down yard is typically a space where staging of equipment and material can occur. The lay-down yards would be significant in size and scope. They would require the demolition of forest areas along the northwestern section of Magic Kingdom and nearby backstage areas. This is the map that they're talking about here. So it's see, without a doubt. And it's weird that they're filing an extension to rip this area up for Cars Land, which I personally don't think Cars fits in this area, but Disney is very bullheaded-ish on doing it anyway and kind of pissing people off. So it kind of sucks that they're doing that. It's just, I don't know why they would be doing that personally. I don't know what their reasoning behind it will be, but it's something where I don't think it's, I think they're just trying to figure out how to build this land that they want to build. So it's definitely a very controversial topic, alongside with the Muppets getting removed as well. So definitely it's very controversial without a doubt. And just a heads up, Jose, I tried to look for it. They do not have anything scheduled just yet, or at least posted for the nighttime shows. Because all the nighttime shows I just read about will not start until May. So not January, but May. So, but I didn't see, I tried to look for the event calendar. I didn't see it. So just a heads up on that. But continuing reading this article, it says, we first called out the permit hiccups back in September. And Disney World has not filed any updates to the permit application since then. The original permit was filed back in August, shortly after the projects were announced at D23 Expo. It says back in August, Walt Disney World announced that Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island would be replaced by the previous announced Cars theme expansion, the Frontierland. Courtesy of what they said 4 years ago at that D23, where it said Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, when they had the Blue Sky event, as I call it, because they were blue sky ideas all over the place, but they knew even then 4 years ago what they wanted to do. They just weren't ready to announce, and I don't even think they shouldn't even announce it this go around, because it pissed a lot of people off, and they're still screwing around, in my opinion, on what to do. But it says back in August, Walt Disney World announced. Oh, I read that part. I'm sorry. Lost track. It says it's time to leave Radiator Springs and head west in exciting new locations to make way for this completely new frontier. The Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island will be transformed into vast and rugged terrains for a rally race with some of the world's most iconic racers. It says, while the first phase of this project will very likely be focused on the Cars theme attractions, the second half of this area development will be for Villains themed land that should sit in the northwestern corner of the Magic Kingdom, past Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and the Haunted Mansion. Walt Disney World has not released any, and I mean any, concept art showing the exact location of the land, but best estimates put it north of the Cars themed expansion land to Frontierland. The back and forth between the state's War Management District and Walt Disney World is not necessarily uncommon, but the scope of the SFWMD's request for additional information is substantial. The extensive request will obviously take Disney more time to address and could delay the construction project for the Cars themed area, which was originally announced to begin in early 2025. So we could see this pushed back to 2026, 2027. And by then, Epic Universe will be open. Possibly new expansions to Epic Universe will be happening at that point, or at least talk about expansions will be happening. On the west coast here at Universal Hollywood, they'll have the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster up and running by then. They'll have the 2 on-site hotels up by then. Hopefully, they'll have probably another ride or attraction or a show or a land. Multiple experiences, new security checkpoints, hopefully new entrance gates at Universal Hollywood by the time they even start putting the shovel in the ground for this. But it says it would seem unlikely that Walt Disney World could begin construction without the approval of this permit. A 60-day extension would be February the 1st, 2025. That's just for Disney's response. The response will take some amount of time for the Water Management District to read through and approve. Should there be more incomplete information, this permitting process could easily slip into spring or beyond. So more delays, which is not good. And then I want to point out something. Part of this attraction, or one of these attractions, the main e-ticket attraction, it shows dirt, but from what I understand, Walt Disney World, their weather is very wet and very muggy. And I've been to Florida a couple times, and it's it's either very humid, very hot, or it's raining. They have a lot of wet season during the year, so I don't know how this dirt track is going to really work too well. If if they decide to put dirt as a track here, I could see this attraction down a lot more than it's up because of how muddy and dirt, like muddy and just not drivable terrain it'll be for the attraction. So hopefully they don't do it that way if they are hell bent on building this thing. But yeah, I really hope they don't. At least they don't build it that way. Ian says Universal needs another land for all these hotels. Yeah, for sure. Um, it says regardless, Walt Disney World will move forward with this project, but it might just be on a longer timeline than previously announced. This is frustrating for fans who have watched Walt Disney World get lapped time and again by the construction pace of Universal Orlando down the road, and it puts Disney in a bad spot. And this is coming from Blog Mickey. It says when it comes to keeping its theme parks competitive, it's difficult tourism landscape. Yeah. Again, I don't like to, be aggressive or kick someone when they're down. In this case, either Universal or Disney. But when you got your competitor down the road that built the entire land for the time that it took to build Tron, as an example, one attraction. But for Universal to build a whole land, or themings, multiple attractions, shows, entertainment, food, gift shops, experiences, a hotel, or actually 3 hotels. And it took 7 years for Walt Disney World to build Tron. Yeah, there's a problem here. Universal, again, when it comes to construction, Universal's on top of it. I think they're on top of Disney when it comes to that. Because like I said, when they put their mind to something, instead of them putting their foot on the brake, they put their foot in the gas and really, really, really move along with their projects. So it's definitely something. It's definitely something that is very, very interesting to see, without a doubt. So it's something where we'll just have to keep our eyes on. I know. You know what? Switching back to the Disneyland Resort, I'm gonna pull up YouTube. Only reason being because Mondo, because I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I think he did a walkthrough of the new Avengers store in downtown Disney. So I want to pull that up for you guys. And this is again courtesy of Mondo. Shout out to him for creating amazing content like he does. But I'm pretty sure he did a video on it. Oh, here we go. I see it right here. Oh, I just disappeared. Bear with me. All right, here we go. So I'm going to play this for you guys because this is the first time I'm seeing it as well. Hold on one second. I'm muting it, or else I wouldn't mute it if it wasn't the case. But this is the new gift shop that is next to Parkside Market, which is still behind construction walls. And then right next to Avengers Reserve, you got the new D-Lander store, which is a high-end company store. So very cool. That's really cool that they have the Hulk out there for pictures and whatnot. That's pretty cool. It's a statue, but very cool. The sign's very cool with Spider-Man hanging on the sign right there. Very cool stuff, and I think they even have some spider bots up in the picture there. Oh, I just disappeared. Sorry, guys. My internet's acting weird all of a sudden again. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, you saw him right there. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit better. There we go. And again, shout out to Mondo for this amazing footage. But yeah, the Avengers store looks absolutely incredible. This is very cool. They have a item there that's flying off the shelves. It's a Daredevil mask. Hold on, guys. There we go. My screen disappeared for a second. It's like a Daredevil mask, and look at that. That looks incredible. Um, but yeah, they have a Daredevil mask that's flying off the shelves right now. Oh, I didn't even know they had the Green Goblin helmet. That's kind of cool. Wow, that is pretty cool. I don't feel like we have this type of merch in Avengers Campus. This is pretty cool. Wow. But just the whole shop in general looks amazing. There you go. You got Ratchet up there with Groot. Nice. That's kind of cool. Baby Groot. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. That's a nice coffee mug, actually. Very cool merch, though. I might have to make a trip down here and do a video myself. Looks very cool. Yeah, some of these shirts are very nostalgic. That's very cool that they did that. Looks like a yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's very cool. Again, a lot of the OG characters from back in the 90s and even before then. Very cool stuff. Again, shout out to Mondo for filming this for us. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even see that part. Hold on, guys. Sorry, my internet's acting up again. Give me 1 second while I posh back online here. Wow. Huh, they have Funko Pops. That's funny. Yeah, that Green Goblin helmet is pretty sick. 139, that's not bad for that. That is not bad. That is very, look at that. Wow. The lizard, man. That is so cool. That's cool right there. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to go back. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. Oh, Deadpool right there. God, this store has a lot. Good God. I'm sorry, guys. I have to go back just a second here. There it is. He's going to show it right now. I think this is pretty cool. By far. That's cool. The proof of Tony Stark, and I hope it comes in that case for 99 bucks. Oh, I would love to have that. If it lights up, that would be even better. Oh, they have a little mini statue, 400 bucks, and you get the spider bot too. Oh, that's pretty cool. A little steep on the price, but I get it, I guess. Wow. There's that Daredevil helmet everyone's buying right now for 80 bucks. Because you can't get that inside the park. You can't get that inside Avengers Campus. But that is pretty cool. That's flying off the shelves right now. That is definitely flying off the shelves. And it comes with a little stand, and it looks like that's pretty cool. Wow. Look at that. That, man, God, this brings me back to some of the characters. Definitely brings me back. Because I used to, like, really young and watching, like, Cartoon Network and Boomerang. I don't know if any of you guys remember that network. I think it's still around. They used to show a lot of these old Avenger cartoons. So this is bringing me back right now watching some of this merch and action figures and whatnot. Definitely bringing me back. That is so cool, though. They have the gauntlet backpack. Nice. And the cup. Nice. And it looks like a thermo flask. Looks like, man, look at that. God, they went hard on the merch for this store. I mean, pulling out all the old characters and all their old outfits. Wow, man, that's pretty incredible. Wolverine in his blue and yellow outfit. Very cool. Based off the animated series. Wow. Gambit. That is pretty cool. You got him hanging up there. Very cool. Look at that. The scythe and Loki's helmet. Man. Wow, look at that. I wonder if those things are for sale or those are just props. That's pretty cool. Wow. Interesting outfits, and they have some Deadpool and Wolverine merch. That's pretty cool. Whoever in the chat hasn't seen the movie, I definitely encourage you to go see it. Definitely very cool. Well worth the movie, without a doubt. Oh, there you go. Man. Again, they went hard on the merch. Really hard on the merch. Yeah, Deadpool there. Nice. That's very cool. Nice shirt, dude. Wow. I want all of it. I want all this stuff. They have it looks like they have a gray and white version of that shirt. Very cool. Personally, for me, I like the gray shirts. They're just easier to keep clean. Yeah, Groot there. Nice. He has wings too. That's interesting. Got like a helmet there or something. That's cool. Wow, he covered every square inch of this store. Man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Funny. Wow. Again, they just went hard on the merch. Oh, there's that. That's kind of cool. I've seen that little figure before too. There you go. You got the. I think those are attachments for like gauntlets or something, or those are weapons or pistols or something. And then there's the shield, $450, folks. If you want that shield, $450. Man, that that's a lot of money just for that thing. I'm sure it's worth it, but man. Unreal. How long is this video? Man, like covering every inch of this store. Good God. Oh, that's cool. They have the ears now. Themed to every single character. So, Captain Marvel, I'm sure Captain America, Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude. That's sick. Look at that. That's sick. I wonder if you can buy the mask of Deadpool or Wolverine. Kobe says those are sick. Absolutely. I like that holiday spider bot. That thing's cool. I have two mini spider bots and two big spider bots in my little cabinet over here. That I bought from Avengers Campus when I was an annual pass holder there, or as they call them, Magic Key holder. Kobe, I'm doing well. How you doing, sir? Uh, but yeah, definite. They definitely went hard on this merch without a doubt. They have some Wakanda stuff, very cool. Screen disappeared for a second. There we go. Every single bit of merch. I have to tell you guys, they did not miss a beat with the merch. When we be live back at Grinchmas. Oh, are you asking if I'm going to be back for Grinchmas? Is that what you're saying? Am I going to be back for it? I don't know. I don't know. I might do Grinchmas maybe one more time, depending on just what my schedule is. Because I also do work a job when I'm not filming updates for you guys and doing my Conductor Thursday live streams every week. So I just got to see what my schedule is. But if I can, I'll probably do another night of Grinchmas coming up. I just don't know when, but I will inform everybody on X and on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, on X, on the blue updates from the channel, where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing. So definitely subscribe and follow me on my socials if you haven't done so. Because one, it helps out my channel to bring better content for you guys, but it also keeps you guys informed what I'm going to be doing with the channel, so on and so forth. But yeah, they went hard on this merch. My God, it just keeps going and going and going. Wow. But I love that they have a lot of retro figures, a lot of new characters, and they went hard. So I'm over thrilled. At least Disney did something right by doing something like this. They brought every single Marvel character you can possibly freaking imagine. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they definitely went hard. Little ornaments, that's kind of cool. Oh, Five Fires, Mondo, he's great. I love Mondo. I've actually had him on the channel twice now, and I've been on his channel multiple times. I've also been on his Spaces Live on X during the HHN season. So, but I love Mondo. Mondo is great. Great content creator. Um, does a lot of theme park stuff, whether it's Disney, Universal, Six Flags, Knott's, you name it. He's there filming content. So it's a blessing in disguise to have him as a content creator doing this for us. So shout out to Mondo. But look at these pens. My God. Just seems like it's endless. You got Venom right there. Man. So many iconic characters. Deadpool, Hulk, Storm from X-Men. Wow. Oh, I didn't know they had this. I guess they have like a couple booths where you could play a Spider-Man game. That's kind of interesting. Looks like they're selling some comics, some classic ones. Nice. Very, very cool. Doctor Strange, She-Hulk. Wow. Black Panther, Captain America. God, it just keeps going. Man, this must be a humongous store. Avengers Assemble. That's kind of cool. That's a cool shirt. That's a cool shirt. I like that shirt. Son of Hulk. Wow. They even have characters I've never even heard of. Look at Venom. Marvel's Carnage. Heck yeah. Wow. Phoenix. Good Lord. Look at Thor's hammer up there. I would love to have that behind me on my wall right here. That'd be awesome. Captain Marvel hanging there, making sure the citizens of Avengers Reserve is safe and protected. But look at the store. It's pretty big for that space. But Mondo went through he's still going every square inch of the store. Man. Yeah, it's still going a little bit. Good Lord. Scarlet Witch. Wow. Unbelievable, dude. How much he just, how much merch is in there. God. Wow. That is, oh yeah, Mondo goes hard with every video he does. He does an absolute fantastic, wonderful job. But wow, that store, I might have to go visit. I might have to go check that out. And then just check up on all the updates at Downtown Disney, because sorry to say, guys, until I can get a magic key for the Disneyland Resort, I'm not paying the ticket prices that Disney wants just for a one-day ticket. That's not going to happen. And I know a lot of you would like to, see news from the Disneyland Resort coming from my channel. But until I can get that magic key, I'm not paying the Disneyland prices they want for a one-day ticket. It's just kind of crazy. And my apologies ahead of time for that, but I think a lot of you would agree with the ticket prices. They're super expensive, even more expensive than they should be, quite frankly. But I want to thank everybody for joining tonight's live stream. First of all, I can't do this channel without you guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic, amazing. I want to ask everyone in the chat right now, first of all, if you haven't liked this video, definitely like this video, subscribe to this video, smash that like button, follow me on my social medias. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram and Blue Sky. You can find me there at ThemeParkConductor. You can find me on X at ThemeParkConductor. All the links are down in the description. I don't think I have Blue Sky. I might have Blue Sky. I'll have to double check. If not, I'll add it. But you can find me there. But I do have an outro. So it'll play as soon as I end the stream. As going out. So I do have one. Let me see. It's not like it. There we go. Kobe, you said we love what you do at ThemeParkConductor. And I can't do this channel without you guys. You guys are a big support. Obviously, I got my fellow content creators behind me. Mondo from Five Fires. Ethan from ThemeParkWizard. We got Orange Grove 55 and Disney George the Italiano. That are definite supporters of the channel. I'm working on, and it's kind of difficult, but I am trying to work on getting other content creators to join my Conductor Thursday live stream. Like, my goal is to try to get Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. I would love to have him on the channel. Also, I would love to have JP Land from JP Land 21. I would love to have him. Also, I would like to have David from Fresh Baked come on the show, Crystal and Chris. So there's a laundry list of content creators I would love to have come on the show. So hopefully I can work towards that. I'm working towards that. But again, the support and love comes from you guys. I do this because I enjoy doing it. It's a kind of a release from work, so to say, because I do work in the customer service industry. So it does get very stressful at times and very just mind draining and physically demanding. So doing this for you guys is an absolute treat, and I love doing it. Well, I'm gonna play it right now, guys. So because I'm probably gonna head out and try to sleep in for once because I go back to work on Saturday. But again, I want to thank you guys for joining tonight's live stream. Next week, I may have a guest on, so definitely stay tuned for that. Again, if you don't follow me on my socials, you don't follow me on my YouTube, I definitely encourage you do so that way you guys stay up to date with all Theme Park Conductor news, whether it's a video coming up, a live stream, or I'm joining someone's live stream so you can join on that show, or a post that I might post out, or photos, or anything like that, shorts, YouTube shorts. So definitely subscribe and follow me on my socials if you haven't. Again, thank you guys so very much, and have a wonderful night. Stay safe,